Hi everybody. Well, can you imagine you're trying to plan the perfect bank robbery? You're meticulous, right? You're looking at the details. How do I get off? What's the plan? How do I get away? And then one thing completely spoils your plan. So, now I'm not going to say that this gentleman had the best plan ever. In fact, it's pretty ridiculous. Not really well thought out or anything like that, but picture this. It's the time of the pandemic, right? So whenever you go to a bank and indoors in most places, you have to wear a mask. What is the perfect opportunity to try and rob somebody? Everybody's wearing a mask. So if you wear a plain mask that just blends in with everybody else's mask, you look like everybody else, right? So this gentleman decided he was going to rob a bank. Perfect time. He already has a mask on, doesn't have to worry about hiding his face from the cameras, etc. And he walks up to the teller. He waits in line. He gets up to the teller and he hands her over a note. And he expects her to start putting money into a bag and giving him money, or into an envelope and give him money. Trouble is, she can't read his note. She has no idea what he's saying. And she just looks at him, sorry, I don't understand what you're trying to tell me, sir. And he gets all flustered, and he just leaves. He just walks out the door and leaves. Unfortunately for him, they still had the note and the cameras and street cameras, and they were able to trace this gentleman back to his home, where they found the exact same piece of paper that he had torn apart to write the note. It matched up to the other piece, the piece of paper that's in his apartment. Besides that, with his fingerprints all over it. Now, in case you're wondering what the note, here, I'm going to put the note up right now. Now, this note says, if you can read it, it actually says, "Your scream won't stop what I've got. Just hand over the 10s and 20s. Think of the customers." Well, like... Gentlemen, I have horrible handwriting. So that's probably why I can read this note. But I can understand how a teller would, if you just hand over a note, you think maybe the person speaks a different language, doesn't understand, and you see 10s and 20s. Okay, what are you talking about? How much 10s and 20s do you want, sir? Etc., etc. But to be foiled from your great plan of robbing a bank by your own handwriting. Now, if that was to ever happen, that would happen to me. Because my handwriting looks like I failed medical school. Because if you think about your prescriptions written from doctors, no one can read it except pharmacists. Well, multiply that by 10 and you got my handwriting. That's why I'm glad they invented computers, so I can print everything out. Because no one could ever read my handwriting. But yeah, there you go. If you're gonna rob a bank and you have messy handwriting, maybe print it out and hand it to the person, as opposed to just putting out a note that they have no idea what you're trying to tell them you want to do. And then you won't be flustered and just walk away and get arrested anyway.